going to do something I've wanted to do my entire life. And that is get out of my bed and walk straight into the ocean for a morning swim. Now we've got that out of the way, let's go for a walk around the island. Now I think the best place to start this tour is at the beginning. All guests that come to Kuredu arrive by seaplane. This, believe it or not, is the Kuredu airport. This is Terminal 1. Down here, we have Terminal 2. And just in case you do like to travel with lots of luggage, not that you're going to need it, they have scales to check the weight of your luggage. So there you have it, the Kuredu airport. Now at the end of the pier we have the Say Conte Kuredu Maldives beach bar. Now unfortunately, because it is early in the morning, it is actually closed. But at night time, all of this ocean out here is lit up and we get to sit here in the evening and just sit and watch the fish, rays and sharks and the like. Now here's something a little bit unusual about this bar. I must show you this. That is actually the toilet. Just check there's no one in there first. Oop. So this is the men's toilet. And the other side of that screen is the ladies' toilet. A little unusual, must admit. Now pretty much opposite the airport is the dive station. This is where Kuredu divers store their air cylinders for diving. I did a dive off of here earlier on in the week. As you can see, it's fully loaded with dive cylinders. So the divers, they get all their gears, they get set up here, and then they walk down these rather rickety steps into the ocean. And just out there is a house reef, and I've got to say it is amazing. I'll add some footage of that whilst I walk down to the end of the pier and show you the rest of the island. Now I've got to say, one thing I've noticed whilst walking around the island is a distinct lack of rubbish. This place is pristine. I've not even seen a bottle top, a beer can anywhere. There's no carrier bags floating in the ocean. It is absolutely spotless. And the reason it's that clean is because every single day they literally sweep the beaches. Speaking of which, there's one guy there right now. There we go, there's a plane there just turning up at the airport. Now it's a well-known fact that more people get killed by falling coconuts than they do by sharks. That's why this guy is up there cutting down the coconuts purely for the safety of the guests. Thank you very much. Stay safe up there. I'll tell you what, I'm glad I'm filming this first thing in the morning because it is getting warm. It is getting really hot right now. Hey, morning. So this is the water sports centre. From here you can hire jet skis, boats, kayaks, windsurfers. What else can we hire? Wakeboarding, everything can be hired from here. There we go, they do all of this. They also do all of this. So make sure you come say hi to these guys. See you later. Cheers. I've got to say, they are a great bunch of guys. Right, under here we have some happy tourists, and also we have the gift shop. Stop the sound of my feet. So here's the gift shop. You can find all the usual paraphernalia that you'll find and expect to find on any kind of paradise island. We have hanging shell stuff, gifts, cuddly toys, snorkeling equipment, just in case you forgot to bring your own. But if you did forget to bring your own, you don't have to buy it, you can always rent it from pro divers. Thank you. Just outside the gift shop, we have this lovely bar. Do you have happy hour?
It's 5 to 6.
5 to 6? Bar, yeah. In the pool bar? Yeah. Right, we'll be there later. This is the map of the island. As you can see, you have all these different types of bungalows. Of course, the more luxurious ones up this end of the island are a little bit more expensive, a bit out of my price range. In here we have the reception with all the staff, including young Jonathan. He's a star. And that brings us nicely into the main area with all the shops. Now these guys over here are professional photographers. I had a photo shoot with these guys earlier on, and I've got to say, these guys are amazing. If ever you do come to Kuredu, make sure you come and check them out. The photographs are second to none, and they are so proud of their work.
Thank you very much.
Buggy parking station of some sort. This is a paddy dive centre. It's a 5-star dive centre. Yesterday, they saw some fish. Funny that. Oh, and here he is. This is Adam.
Hello.
Adam runs the pics photo shop. We'll be coming to visit Adam later on because Becky wants to airdrop some photos onto her laptop.
Yes.
We'll probably do that this evening.
This evening we will do everything.
Yeah. Okay. So Adam, place to sit and wait, and sure enough, Alvin will come and pick you up and take you to wherever you want to go. I'll get out of the way because people want to get on. Now, when guests arrive at the island, this is how they're greeted. And I've got to say, it's a wonderful feeling. And we've got some guests arriving right now, so I'm going to get out of the way. Thank you. Now, right opposite the main reception, you've got all the restaurants. Well, I say all the restaurants. There's a few restaurants. Depending on what villa you're staying in, it depends on what restaurant you're allocated. So the restaurants are through there. And this is a communal pool along with another restaurant, which is Franco's. I think it's got an Italian theme to it. You buy pizzas and so on and so forth. But who comes to the Maldives to have a pizza? I ask you. I know I wouldn't. Now, if you don't fancy swimming in a swimming pool full of chlorine and chemicals and all that stuff, you can always walk straight from the swimming pool into the ocean, just like I did this morning. Look at these. Loads of sunbeds here. They're all free. You don't have to pay. You don't get some bloke coming up to you going, ah, €2.50 please. And I've never seen all of these sunbeds full yet. And I've been here almost 2 weeks, never failed to get a sunbed. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there are several restaurants on this island, not just that main one. We've got the Far East restaurant there, you've got the beach restaurant there, and up here is the gym. Is it barbecue night tonight? Yes, barbecue. Yeah? Good luck, hope it all goes well. Here's the gym, and as expected, it's completely empty. I mean, let's face it, nobody's going to come here and work out. Well, I'm certainly not going to anyway. That's why I've not been in there. One of these open actually, let's take a look. Here we go. Lovely and air conditioned in here. It's nice and cool. There you go, so this is like a workout area. I've got to speak fast because of the music. Once again, we don't want to get a copyright strike. Let's take a quick look upstairs. It's lovely and air conditioned up here. And look at the view. I mean, that beats any car park in the UK for sure. You just don't get a view like that in any gym back home in the UK, I know. What happens to the top of water while I'm here? Definitely cold. Oh, so nice. Now I guess the big question is, do they have showers in this gym? After all, it wouldn't be a gym without a shower, right? Now, of course they do, there's one right there. Now this is one gym that I would love to become a member of when I'm travelling around in my van. Where's the door? Oh yeah. Oh, push it, Mel, push it. Oh, back out to the heat. As soon as you open that door, it's like walking into an oven, only you're walking outside. Now I do believe these bungalows behind me are jacuzzi bungalows, so every bungalow's got a jacuzzi in the back of it. But look at the view. Absolutely stunning. But here's the thing, if you do stay in one of these bungalows, you've got the airport right there, so you get to listen to airplanes all day long. Don't really fancy that much, which is why I think the bungalows we are staying in probably potentially the best, because they're on the other side of the island and it's really quiet. I've just discovered this little compound here. No idea what's in here. Let's have a little look, shall we? Let's be a little bit nosy. Hello, good morning. So here we go, looks like they're building another complex here, but we won't dwell on it too much. Obviously they're building more staff quarters, I do believe. Is that right? Is this for the staff? Staff quarters? Yeah. How many people work here?
Like 700.
700.
Yeah.
So there you go. 700 members of staff. How many guests can stay here at one time?
I think 700.
700. So that's one member of staff to each member of the public. Yeah. Incredible. There you go. And that's why they managed to keep everyone happy, because there's literally, you've got one member of staff per guest. Unbelievable. Hang about. So I've just noticed something I've not seen before. Oh, look at that. It's a driving range. I couldn't think of anything worse. Here we go. Look at that. A full-on golf course. I can't play golf, not with my back. I know what you're thinking, what's wrong with your back? There's nothing wrong with my back. That's why I don't play golf, because I like my back the way it is. What's all this? See, down these back alleys is where you get to see stuff you wouldn't normally see. Looks like a garden of some sort. Look at that. They grow their own bananas. They are definitely banana plants. I recognise these from my time in Australia. Yeah, look at that. Actual banana plants. I've not actually seen any bananas because it's probably out of season. Maybe I shouldn't be walking around here. Hopefully I don't get in trouble. Oh yeah, look, this is the golf course. I won't go any further than this. I don't want to get clattered on the head by a stray golf ball. Don't know what that is, but it's obviously protected for some reason. It must be something special. I'm not going to go down there because I'm not sure where that goes. These are the guys that keep everything ticking over. These are the real stars. Well, it's official. I am lost. I don't know where I am. There's all these roads. I'm at a crossroads, as you can see. There's one road there, there's one road there, there, and there. So I think I'm going to go down that one. Smells nice. Smells nice and calm. It's definitely got a floral scent about it. Right in there, there's a spa where you can get a sauna, you can have a massage, and all that good stuff, and all that luxurious pampering. We're not going to go in there because there's quite a few people in there. They're all sitting down drinking their green tea and potions and stuff. It sounds like there's some rather tranquil music playing, and I'm pretty sure they don't want a loudmouth, noisy YouTuber going in there sticking his nose in. It looks some rather, what's they called? Palm tree thongs. Thong fencing. Thong fencing. I don't know. But there you are. There you have it. There's some. Oh look. Could have given me a bloody lift, couldn't he? So I've just walked all around the island and he's here, look. Chilling out.
I'm chilling out. Just waiting for the passengers.
Waiting for the passengers. Right, I'll be back in a minute. You can drive me back down.
Oh, sure.
I'm just going to quickly film the
Alright.
O resort. So here we are, we made it. This is the O resort at last. We finally got here. I've walked miles across sand dunes to get here in hot, blistering weather. But we made it. Let's take a quick look around the pool. Just take a look at the view they have from here. Look at that. Fantastic. What an absolute beautiful place. And again, prestigiously clean. No rubbish anywhere. You're not even allowed to smoke out here, I don't think. So there we are. That's their restaurant through there, and there's the bar. Now the O resort is at the head of the island. There is another similar resort at the pointy end of the island where we're going now, and at that end they've got bungalows that go out onto the water, or what I've like to call huts on sticks. Don't know if my camera can pick them up. That one just nearly pooped on me. Look at that. Who'd have thought it? Vampire bats in the Maldives. This is the wedding car.
Yeah, wedding car.
Wedding car, yeah. Oh look, a yoga hut where they do yoga. There's people in there, so we shan't go in there. It's a bit dark, I didn't see there was anyone in there. Oh dear. A yoga intruder. Once again, there's this perfumey smell. Must be something to do with the... Oh, more bats. Look at that one up there. We've got bats here on the island, but there's one thing we don't have. That is stray cats or dogs. But we do have what appears to be bats. I want to get back up here to the beach. So this is a typical buggy station where you sit and wait for your buggy to pick you up. It's a bit like a bus stop, but with a swing. That's something you don't get in Europe, or the UK for that matter. Right. Welcome to the Jungle Diner. Yeah. I think it's shut though. Oh no, look. Let's have a look in here. Ooh, look at this. This isn't on the brochure. It's very well hidden. Yes, we are in the jungle by the looks of it. Deep in the forest of the Maldivian. Oh, there's another bat. Go in. Don't like these bats. How bizarre. Never noticed that before. Jungle diner where bats fly around. Yeah, don't like it. Now, hopefully you're enjoying watching me walk up and down this huge island in the middle of the Maldives in sweltering temperatures. It's got to be well in the 30s, even though it is quite early in the morning and it's cloudy. Morning! So if you are enjoying watching this video, do make sure you give it a thumbs up. I'm going to... Morning! I'm going to need a drink in a minute. I wish I had lost my hat. Right. We're nearly there, I promise. We are nearly at the end of the island, the pointy end, the best end as some people would say. Oh, here's their diner. So this is the dining area. Opens at 8 o'clock until 10:30 in the morning. So chances are it's probably closed. Here we go, let's have a quick look, have a sneak peek. Here we go. I'm not going to go in there. Here we go. This again is a buffet style restaurant, and diners go in here, they help themselves to breakfast just like the one down the other end of the island, and also they can relax out here on the patio. And these guys also have an infinity pool. The idea is the swimming pool looks out into the ocean. Yes, that is a swimming pool. There you go, if I hold the camera up here you can actually see it's not a sheet of glass, this is a pool. Oh look, they have a jacuzzi as well. That's posh. We haven't got one of them. Maybe we'll sneak up here tomorrow and use it. I mean, who's going to know, right? The thing is, these people up this end of the island are rather posh. They don't want a crazy vlogger like me walking around. But the fact of the matter is, it's still the same beach, it's still the same ocean. Whether you're staying down the budget end of the island, which is way down there, or the posh end of the island, which is up here, you still get to swim in the same sea. The Indian Ocean, probably the best ocean in the world, on the planet I should say. Well, there goes the seaplane. It's going. Right. Here we are. At last. We are at the pointy end. There you go. Now when I was here last time, I actually stayed in one of these water villas, and I've got to say I much prefer the beach bungalow, purely because the water just sloshes around underneath the bungalow all the time, all night long, and it's quite noisy and it can keep you awake, especially if you're a light sleeper like me. Although saying that, they do have a glass floor in them so you can look down into the water, and at night you can turn lights on and you get little fishes swimming underneath your bungalow. But after about the 4th night, it does get a little bit boring, to be honest. I'd much rather be able to step out of the bungalow onto the beach like I did this morning. Now just take a look at the length of this boardwalk, and I can tell you from experience, on a hot day, that is a long walk, because there is no getting away from the sun or the heat. Look how beautiful this sand is. It is really nice and fine. After all, it is a coral island, and occasionally, if you're really lucky, you find bits of coral like this. But look at that water. It's crystal clear, it really is. Look how clean it is. Actually, I feel a bit thirsty. It just so happens my water bottle is empty. So let's have a little taste, shall we? Let's see what this turquoise blue water tastes like. Does it taste as nice as it looks? That ought to do. God blimey, I nearly fell over. Still got some water in here. Yeah, still got some. Oh, it's not bad, you know. It does taste a little bit salty. A little bit gritty as well, but it's okay. And people thought it was funny watching me fall over. Right, actually I'm going to finish this off. So I've decided I'm going to be a little bit lazy, and I've actually called for a buggy to take me back to my beach bungalow. It is a long walk, it is really hot, I am absolutely dripping, not that you need to know that. But anyway, I'm just going to sit here and wait for a beach buggy to turn up. Slow down, driver, you're going way too fast.
Sir, it's going on 10 kilometers.
See ya. Thank you. Well, that's me back at the garden bungalows. But we're no longer in the garden bungalow, so this was our garden bungalow here. Now these bungalows were built in the 80s, but to be honest with you, they look like they're something from the 70s. They are very basic, very rustic, yeah, which is not bad. I mean, it's okay, but considering the amount of money it costs to actually get to this island and stay on this island, I kind of expected something a little bit better. I just wanted to show you this room before we go, so you can see the difference between a garden bungalow and a beach bungalow. Just wanted to quickly show you this one, also for my memories as well, so I remember not to get a garden bungalow again, and why we decided not to move. This is the bathroom. You can see it is very rustic, and it's outside. It smells a bit damp, and some of this stuff here, you can tell, is a little bit crumbly, to say the least. Something else I noticed in this place as well, some of the plug sockets kind of remind me of the barn. We spent 2 years there, and I don't really want to spend the rest of our holiday in a place that reminds us of the barn. Yeah, I expected a little bit more than this. I mean, it cost us nigh on £6,000 for this holiday, and to be in accommodation like this, it's just not up to par, really. Not in our day and age anyway. But now we've moved to the beach bungalow over there. So when we get there, we'll take a little look around. Oh look, Becky's up and she's reading a book. Good morning, how are you?
I'm alright, thank you.
Enjoying your morning?
Yes, it's good.
Good.
I'm chilling out.
Okay, well while you do that, I'm going to show the lovely people around inside the new beach bungalow. And then we'll go and have some breakfast. First I need a key. Oh, look at the view, by the way. You've already seen that, haven't you? So let's take a look inside the beach bungalow. Now this is another level of luxury compared to the garden bungalow, as you can see. It's a little bit messy because we've only just moved in. We haven't had time to sort things out yet. There you go. Nice big bed. We've got a nice big ceiling fan up there. A lovely bit of air conditioning coming from there. This is a mini bar with all the alcoholic beverages, and underneath here we have our fridge with more beverages and another fridge there with our stuff in. We also have a nice desk here for editing videos for your viewing pleasure. Now you may think this is the back door, but a back door with a difference, because back here there's a little garden, but also there is a lavatory, a shower, for some strange reason, 2 sinks. And that's about the size of it. There you are. That is a beach bungalow. It's basically one room and an outside toilet. Bit odd, bit bizarre, but I'll tell you what, it's freaking nice. It doesn't matter, because just take a look at the view once more. It is pretty stunning. Look how close we are to the ocean. Once again, I give you the Indian Ocean. The best ocean on the planet, I may add. Don't you think, my dear? Yeah, just say yes, dear.
What did you say?
Just say yes, dear.
Yes, dear.
There you go, that was easy, wasn't it? Well, there you are. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. You found it mildly entertaining, slightly informative. If you've got to think of coming to the Maldives, I highly recommend Kuredu and staying at one of these beach bungalows. Forget the rest. This is definitely the best. Ta-ra for now. Say ta-ta, Becky.
Ta-ta, Becky.